In 2 laps around. And we'll get them gridded up. Where's my special gridder at? Clayton Young. Clayton not so young. Special gridder.
Not so young. Oh boy.
You need the grid.
Oops.
Tabletop, caution at the tabletop.
What a guy. Alright guys, straightaways closed. Let's get them lined up.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
The lineup's going to be Jim on the 1, Brian Grady on the 2, Eric Vasutin on the 3, Jameson not checking in, Joe Lintak on the 5, Tony Wilson on the 6, Roy Fontaine on the 7, Nathan Champeau on the 8, Daniel Fitzgerald on the 9, and Kevin Allen on the 10. Jim Merritt's taking the win in A1. Brian Grady taking the win in A2. Still open for anybody.
Well, it's fun. Well, we won't. We'll all look like a bunch of fools again on lose, but everyone else bad 5.
We have a marshal in the center. Is there a marshal for the center, guys? Is there somebody in the center? Okay.
I don't think so.
Just slide over to the center when we go. All right, guys, here we go. Drivers ready. Turn marshals heads up. 21.5, two-wheel drive A3. We're going to go on the tone. Jim Merritt's your TQ, leading them around for the first time by. Takes the win in A1, trying to hold it down in A3. Ryan Grady right behind him. These are the 2 guys that won A1 and A2. Oh, Jim Merritt jumps off the track. Drops him back to the 3rd spot. Ryan Grady now out in front. In the 2nd spot is Eric Vasutin. In 3rd is Jim Merritt. Eric makes a little mistake off the table turn. Jim back up into that 2nd spot. There's your top 2 cars down the back straightaway. Your leader, Brian Grady, taking the win in A2. Jim Merritt in that 2nd spot, taking the win in A1. Still anybody's race.
That's doing it again.
Your leaders coming up in front of the driver's stand on that red car. That is your leaders.
Sorry. Go.
Daniel, that's 2nd behind you now. Your leader, that yellow and orange car down the back straightaway. Brian Grady out in front, 12.7. That all-white car in the 2nd spot, Jim Merritt. Trying to work his way through some traffic. Leader down the back straight. Brian Grady goes by with a 13.3. Jim Merritt with a 13.4. Your top 2 cars stepping in by about a 1.5 seconds. Turned in a little early on that table. Able to get it corrected though and not lose too much ground. But right behind him is Eric Vasutin in the 3rd spot. Jim Merritt still hanging on to that 2nd spot. Here comes your top 2 cars down the back straightaway. Top 3 cars. Brian Grady out in front. Jim Merritt in 2nd. Eric Vasutin in 3rd. We got 2 minutes down and 3 minutes still left to go. Did you hear that?
Right there, brother. 1, 2, 3.
We're at the halfway point. 2:30 down and 2:30 still left to go. Leader coming down the back straight right now. Brian Grady with a 13.1. Jim Merritt 12.9. Starting to close in as we're coming up on 2 minutes to go. The leader's on the left side of the track right now. That yellow and orange car out in front. That is Brian Grady. The white and blue car right behind him is Jim Merritt. Not too far behind him is Eric Vasutin in 3rd. Top 2 cars coming up on some lap traffic onto the back straightaway now. Daniel and Nathan, that is your leaders coming up on you. Less than 2 minutes to go. This is going to be for your national championship of 21.5 two-wheel drive. Top two cars are nose to tail. Both these guys taking a win in A1 and A2. Jim Merritt goes on the inside, around the outside, now through the table turn. And Brian Grady slams the door down on him as they come down the back straight. Brian jumps off the track. Jim Merritt's back out in front. Merritt's now taking over that lead with 1:20 left on the clock. Jim Merritt's leading the way now in that all-white and blue car down the back straightaway. Brian Grady dropping back into that second spot. Oh, Merritt's a little short onto that table, able to get it going, but gives Brian a chance to close that gap. Here they come down the back straight one more time. We've got 1 minute left to go. Race number 27 coming up next, 17.5 two-wheel drive. Coming up next, top two cars on the left side of the track right now. Kevin and Daniel, you got your leaders coming in behind you. 45 seconds left to go. Jim Merritt's out in front. Brian Grady right behind him by about a half a second. Either one of these guys could be your overall winner. Oh, Brian flips it over on that small double. That is very deceiving jump over there, and he gets upside down. That gives Jim Merritt some breathing room with 30 seconds to go. Merritt's out in front, coming down the small doubles, down the back straight again. Jim Merritt with a 13.5. That time by. He's got about 3 seconds back to Brian Grady. Eric Basutin sitting in that third spot. 10 seconds left on the master clock. Merritt is going to go by for one more time. Here comes Brian Grady, gets by for one more lap. Eric gets by for one more lap. That is time, drivers. Finish the lap, you're on. Your leader's getting tangled up a little bit. He's able to get away. Here he comes down the back straight one final time. Jim Merritt's going to take the win. 21.5 two-wheel drive, unofficial national champion.
There you go, Jim.
Finishing in that